I'm Allendale's chief meteorologist Ryan Martin with a look at your midday weather update. As we take a look at the latest setup here, all eyes are on the big storm complex that's going to be moving across the country. First wave of moisture already funneling up and down the Mississippi River Valley from Minnesota all the way down into Arkansas. This right now doesn't look all that spectacular, but I think with the wide open path to the Gulf that we have, all we're going to be seeing is this moisture enhance as we go through the next several hours. So this will be wave one of moisture that moves across the Corn Belt here from now basically through tomorrow. And we've got wave two that initiates late tomorrow and goes through Wednesday. All told, I'm leaving rainfall totals alone across the Corn Belt, 3/4 of an inch to 2+ inches out there. I think we're going to be seeing some heavy rains. However, rain in the Corn Belt, really not the story, even though it could be the biggest rain totals that we've seen in a couple of months. The bigger story is going to be what happens farther west. Got a massive snowstorm that's going to be coming together eastern Colorado into western Kansas. New model information now points me to expand my snow just to the east a little bit, encompassing about the western quarter of Kansas. Of course, still southwest Nebraska, eastern Colorado. The heaviest snows will probably be east central Colorado on eastward into western Kansas. Concerned right now that some liquid equivalents could be an inch or more in that area. Now keep in mind this is a very, very wet snow with temperatures only between 30 and 35 as the bulk of it comes through, but it still could be enough to create some fairly significant issues. Also looking at winds not helping. Very gusty winds, especially as we go through tomorrow. That's going to blow the snow significantly. I'm concerned about heavy snows blowing, drifting, plastering the snow on things. And this is going to be a big story mostly for cattle feedlot areas out there. First of all, you got the wind. Nobody likes the wind. Cattle don't like the wind to start with. It's early in the season, so we don't have the full-on winter coats around yet. On top of that, you've got the snow, you've got the moisture, but then again, keep in mind what I said, this is a very wet snow, high liquid content, so I'm thinking a day or two after here, as we get the sun in, we're going to melt it, and we've got a slop fest, we've got a mud fest going on out there. Again, if we've got liquid equivalencies of an inch or more, yeah, that's going to be a lot of water that's dealing with the soil, and keep in mind the soil profile not frozen at all yet in these parts of the country. So we got a mess coming. The winds should subside probably by midweek out there, and we are dry then for most of the rest of the week and into the weekend. The next weather system does seem to miss these cattle areas, but still, it is a story. Back to the east, after this first system is done, we've got one that wants to come in next week as well. Right now, models are trying to keep that one farther to the south. I'm not ready to buy that yet. I think we could see this thing drift north and actually tap into the Gulf for a good flow pattern, again, similar to what we're dealing with now. And last week, we could be in a nice pattern here, and that could lead to a lot of interesting issues ahead of Thanksgiving. Still over the Corn Belt, I think it's predominantly rain, but as you're traveling, it could be some inclement weather for Thanksgiving. That'll be at least what the headline is. International weather right now, kind of interesting to hear some people talk about some too dry spots in Brazil and some too wet spots. Honestly, South American weather is fine. You've got the crop that's going along just fine. Not only do we have moisture to help keep the crop growing, but to me, a key in South America, especially Brazil, temperatures. I'm showing here daytime highs normal to slightly below, while nighttime lows are normal to above. So you've got warmer than normal nights, cooler than normal days. At this point in the early growing season, that is fantastic. That's exactly what the crop wants to go along. Stress-free environment. That's just the way I see it right now. So no matter what kind of spin we continue to hear from other outlets out there, we got to look at this as being a fairly nice setup down in South America. Good rains moving across former Soviet Union areas. Ukraine, Black Sea region picking up rains. The wheat crop will definitely like that. We've got totals over the next 7 to 10 days, probably close to an inch or so. A lot of that coming today with a nice storm complex moving through. On the flip side, we don't see much moisture over the next 10 days to 2 weeks in Australia. The systems are there, but we're in a pattern where, again, they want to slide by just south of the coast. So wheat areas won't see much. We do see some cooler than normal temperatures coming in over the weekend into early next week over South Australia. That's the way things are stacking up here today. Have a great rest of your day. If you got any questions on the weather, give us a call at Allendale. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin.